If you're clicking on this video, you're probably wondering, how did I do this? Have I discovered some sort of infinite money glitch? Is there some sort of tip or technique you can do? Can you turn any sports card into a PSA 10? Is this just easy money? For you guys who have been in the hobby for a while, you probably know it's not that simple, but to explain everything, like how we even got into this situation, first I need to start with the story. How did we get here? So this all started at a card show in Del Mar, California. I was honestly exhausted. I had just come from the Las Vegas card show. I drove to LA. I was just gonna stay out there. So I was on the road for like 3 weeks. Super tired. By the time I got to the show, I was honestly not even really feeling it. But I was with one of my buddies. He was trying to encourage me, make me feel a little better. He's like, you know what? You just need to make some big plays. You need to make some big plays this weekend. So I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's go around. Let's walk around. Let's try to find some big cards. Let's do something exciting. Let me get out of my comfort zone a little bit. So that's what we did. I walked around, looked for some. I found a guy at a table and he had a ton of raw cards. Those are kind of the tables I usually like to target because it means they're not a big time grader. Most of their cards might be in good condition. They're not just throwaways. So I was going through it, looking. He had some nice raw cards. I picked up a bunch of cheap ones because that's kind of just what I do. But then I also saw he had a Ronaldo Color Blast, and I was really interested in that. I asked him why he didn't grade it himself. I always am just curious. I like to ask. And he told me most of his bigger cards, he will grade himself. So if you see like a big card over, I think that card's like a $400, $500 card raw, if he hasn't graded it, there's probably something he saw. There's a reason he didn't grade that card. But I looked at it, the card looked clean, the corners were definitely good. I mean, centering, you can't really tell on a Color Blast. So I was like, you know, it was a bulk deal, he gave me a good price. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna roll the dice, you never know what'll happen. There probably is an issue with it, but like I said, I was trying to make big plays, so I just went and bought it. So after that, went back to my table. This was actually another day, it wasn't the same day. But I was just sitting there doing my thing, and a guy walked up who I'd done a deal with before. Older guy, just, you can tell I think he had his family there with him. You can just tell he loves the hobby, just having a good time. But he had told me he had just pulled a huge Trevor Lawrence card. So I was like, all right, yeah, I would love to see it. He pulls out a Trevor Lawrence Select Tiger Stripe, really cool card. And to be honest, I didn't know. I had no idea like what this card went for. So I always ask him like, oh, like what do you approximately value this at? And he was saying one just went for $3K on auction. It was a different level. And a dealer had already offered him $3K cash. And it's funny, like looking back, the fact that he said that, I mean, I'm sure it was true. I don't think he lied to me, but I was like, oh man, if another dealer is willing to pay this, that must mean it's a good deal. So normally I just stay away from raw cards that are that expensive because it's too much of a risk. But I was like, okay, maybe we can work something out. He said he was like if you want to know how to get me as a dealer, be like super easygoing. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm sure we can work something out. I'm not too worried about it, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay. He said he would take partial trade. I traded him a Josh Allen Optic Aqua PSA 9. Gave me good value on it, around $1,000. So I only ended up parting with around $2,000 to get this Trevor Lawrence card raw. But I was really excited about this T-Law. I even interrupted my buddy's lunch to show it to him. But okay, you're probably wondering, okay, Troy, you have 2 raw cards. What are you talking about with BGS 8.5s? People really get me on my titles. So yes, I'm getting to that. But I had the 2 cards. I was super excited. I was just planning on sending them to PSA when I got back, seeing what happened. But I was with my buddy. He's a big RCR guy. So Beckett at these shows, they have this thing called raw card review. And you can bring your raw cards up to them and they'll give them a grade, put it in a case, for $25. It only takes a couple hours, so a lot of people like to do this. There's a lot of upside. He does it all the time. Not really my thing, but he was really trying to convince me to do it. I don't like it when other people handle my cards because the more hands you get on a card, the more chance there is for it to be damaged or for something to happen. So I really didn't want to do it, but he's like, you know, $25. Imagine if it gets a BGS 10. And I was like, oh, okay, sure, let's go for it. I might as well try it. If it gets a grade I don't like, I mean, it's fine, it's whatever. So I went for it.
All right, this is mine. Ronaldo, I just picked up this weekend. Color Blast. I mean, I want a 9. I would take a 9 though. I would take a 9. Oh, 8.5. It's all right, we knew it wasn't perfect. It was worth a try.
So the Ronaldo, I was kind of expecting it. It wasn't that expensive of a card. It came from another dealer. He told me there was something wrong with it. So I wasn't that shocked. But the T-Law, you know, the guy who sold it to me, the reason I was interested in it too, because he wasn't a dealer. He wasn't a young guy out there trying to flip and make every dollar. Like, so like really, I genuinely believed he just hadn't really like, just didn't feel like grading it, honestly. Like he said, it's in really good condition. So, and I looked at it, the centering and everything was perfect. So I was like, oh man, like I'm at least gonna get a 9. That's in my head. I was like, I'm at least gonna get a 9 here.
All right, so the T-Law is already back. We RCR'd it. I can't even look. I can't even look.
Let's go one at a time, bro. Because I got that big card.
All right, all right. What do we got? Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's gone wrong.
And then when I saw the BGS 8.5, I was like, what have I done? You know, $3,000 on a raw card. It's a lot of money for me. I felt so dumb. I even made a whole title and thumbnail about my mistake of buying that card. But anyways, I got back home. I had the 2 BGS 8.5s in the RCR, and I was like, okay, I can't sell them like this. There's no way. Anyway, no one will take them. If I bring an auction, they're gonna get absolutely killed. And I was like, I don't really want to sell them raw, because especially online, selling raw cards, expensive raw cards like that, it's a nightmare. So I was like, you know what? In my head, I was like, worst case scenario, they give me a PSA 8, at least it's in a holder. I'm not gonna get someone trying to like return it or something. There is a lot of upside. It's only the T-Law I sent in for 150 bucks. The Ronaldo I sent in for 50 bucks. I was like, 200 bucks, it'll be fine. Let's just send it in. The Ronaldo had perfect corners. There was a little bit of surface stuff. If you know this year of Color Blast for soccer, there's always something on the surface there. But I was like, I thought I at least had a good shot at a PSA 9, so on both, honestly. So I just sent them in. And I won't lie to you guys, the grades popped. I was actually in Europe with my boy Brian, Sunday League Investors. We went to the London card show, Munich card show. Quick plug, go watch those vlogs if you're interested. And I woke up the next day after the Liverpool game and I saw your grades are available. And I clicked on it and I couldn't believe it. So here we are today. And before I explain to you like what I did, what actually happened, how do you turn a BGS 8.5 into a PSA 10, let me show you the cards. All right, so obviously it's not a blind reveal. I wish I could lie and say it was, but I have seen the grades. However, I did wait until I haven't looked at this. I was like, I want an authentic reaction at the very least to seeing the card for the first time. So picked this up at the post office, and this is my first time ever seeing it. I think there should just be one card in here. At least I hope. Okay, good. It's in there. That would have been a funny, I was thinking about that. I was like, I should record me opening it, because that'd be a funny twist if I made this video basically bragging and then I don't even have the card. Let's see, is this face down? Boom, right there. All right, it wasn't stolen. And bam. That is, man, that's a beautiful, beautiful card. As you can see, the reason I bought it, I guess it's a little strong on the left, but centering I thought was really good. Trying to see, there was one corner, I was a tiny bit, I was like, okay, maybe that's where they got me. Okay, you can see it a little bit. That bottom right isn't absolutely razor sharp, but it's not busted or anything. I thought that's maybe where BGS got me, but this card was in a BGS 8.5, and then now I was hoping, I was like, please give me a 9, please give me a 9 so I can just auction it and not lose all my money. I'm sure we're gonna have a million people in the comments hammering me about the profit. I didn't even say profit, but my thinking with that was, you know, there is a 3K raw comp, times 3 for a PSA 10 isn't absurd. Will I get 9K for this on auction? I can say almost definitely not, but I mean, I don't know. I don't want to jinx it. I should make money on this whole excursion. He's playing all right now, so I don't know. This is a 6-hit card, especially Clemson Tiger Stripe. Come on, jersey match, eBay 1 of 1. That'll be interesting. And then real quick as well, I have seen this one, but boom, there's the Ronaldo. So 2 cards that were in BGS 8.5 holders, now PSA 10s. We'll see. Yeah, I think I probably will just auction these just because of the roller coaster of emotions I've been on. But I don't know. I'm proud of this. This is pretty cool. Oh, so yeah, I gotta answer the question that I started the video with. What did I do? What was my special trick? Did I send him to Kurt's Card Care, whoever that was who fixed the Justin Herbert? Did I a little trim, little snip? No, I don't do it. I shouldn't even joke. I feel like it's like yelling bomb at an airport. PSA is gonna come and get me. I didn't do anything. I didn't even touch it with a microfiber. I literally cut it out of the RCR. I put it in a new card saver. I guess that counts, and then just send it out. I didn't do anything. It'll be funny. I'm curious to see people's reactions to this because I made a video, an SGC unboxing one time, and I said I'm not using them anymore, and people got really upset. And I'm not a grading expert. I'm not even good at grading. I know absolutely nothing. But one thing I have been pretty consistent with is I think it's just a dice roll, and this proves it to me more than anything. Was BGS wrong? Was PSA right? No, I don't think either. I don't. The point of this video, I'm not like, see, I told you BGS. You just don't know. You really just don't know. So that's kind of where I'm at with grading. I'm just gonna send stuff in and see what happens. Obviously, if it's jacked up, don't send it in. It's probably not worth your money, but you never know what can happen. But all right, guys, that's the video. If you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace.